Let's move on to our fourth main topic today. And our fourth main topic today gets submitted to us by Isaiah Washington, who writes, "Hey, John, I hope you're having a great morning. I certainly am. Last year, they awarded Green Book at the National Board of Review for Best Picture, and it deserved it, by the way. And recently, they awarded The Irishman. I thought this was a deserved win. Have you seen the film? If so, what do you think of the film's Oscar chances, including Best Picture?" All right, thanks a lot for sending that in, man. And unofficially, I mean, there has already been the Gotham Awards and some other things, but unofficially, completely unofficially, the National Board of Review Awards are kind of the unofficial kickoff to the awards season in many ways. And while not always in line with what the Oscars do, there's been a history of there being a lot of reflection between what gets awarded at the National Board of Review versus the Oscars, including, you just mentioned, of course, the Green Book won Best Picture there, and then it went, by the way, Green Book won a lot of Best Picture awards, which is, by the way, side note, I don't understand a bunch of people who whined and bitched and moaned and complained about Green Book winning Best Picture when it was winning all these Best Picture awards at a ton of these other awards ceremonies before. It's like, what? Green Book won? How? It was winning all the awards already. Anyway, side note. That aside, and of course, then it went on to win the Oscar. They just announced the winners for this year's award. And at the top is a movie that I do not think deserves Best Picture, but it's a damn good movie nonetheless, and that is The Irishman. So Irishman did take, and that is significant because, again, Green Book was nominated there, was won at the NBR, and then went on to win at the Academy Awards. Again, it's not always that way, but it's significant. Let's take a look at some of the other winners, and then, Rob, I want to talk about what stands out to you. So Best Film by the National Board of Review was given to The Irishman. Best Director was Quentin Tarantino for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Hollywood loves movies about Hollywood. Best Actor, Adam Sandler for Uncut Gems. We know he's been getting some Oscar buzz. Best Actress, no surprise, Renee Zellweger for Judy. Best Supporting Actor went to Brad Pitt for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Best Supporting Actress, this one was a little bit of a surprise for me because I didn't know that Kathy Bates was really high in the running for this, but Kathy Bates for the upcoming movie Richard Jewell. Best Original Screenplay, the Safdie brothers and Ronald Bronstein for Uncut Gems. Of course, they did that great job on Robert Pattinson's film as well. Best Adapted Screenplay, Steven Zaillian for The Irishman. Of course, it was adapted from the novel, from the book, You Paint Houses. I heard You Paint Houses. Breakthrough Performance, Paul Walter Hauser from Richard Jewell, I should say. Best Directorial Debut, I disagree with this one. Melina Matsoukas for Queen and Slim, who did a wonderful job directing that. I really thought it should have gone to Olivia Wilde for Booksmart. I really do. But hey, not taking anything away from Melina, because she made a damn fine movie, and I enjoyed Queen and Slim very much. Best Animated Feature. Little bit of a surprise here. How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World. I'm not going to lie, little bit of a surprise. I really expected to see, Toy Story 4 or what have you. But listen, How to Train Your Dragon 3 was a very, very good movie.
Great franchise.
Best Foreign Language Film. Listen, if you want to talk about the easiest lock of locks of any category of the award season at all, you were given $1 million by a Crossroads demon and says you can put this $1 million on any one bet. The bet you put down on every award show from here until the Oscars are done is you put on Best Foreign Language Film as Parasite. That's just a given. It's going to be a big contender for Best Picture overall, but this is the biggest lock of locks category. So no surprise there. It went to Parasite. A couple more. Best Documentary went to Maiden. Best Ensemble, which is really funny. I'll mention this. Best Ensemble went to Knives Out. Outstanding Achievement in Cinematography. Surprise, surprise, Roger Deakins for 1917. It's really funny because I just answered yesterday. Somebody sent in one of the $50 questions that I make their own individual videos for, and was asking, what do you think are going to be the big films going into SAG for Best Ensemble Award? That's kind of the top prize at SAG, the Screen Actors Guild. And I said, I think the two big frontrunners are going to be The Irishman and Knives Out, and I think Knives Out is my pick. And then I look at the National Board of Review thing afterwards, like, oh, look, Knives Out won Best Ensemble. Rob, as you're looking at a list like this, and you're seeing it, what are the no-does to you? And what are maybe one or two of the surprises for you that stands out to you there?
Well, I've been saying, I said sight unseen that I thought Irishman was going to win Best Picture. So
yes, you did.
I think Steve Zaillian for his adapted screenplay is pretty much a lock. I think, like you said, Parasite is pretty much a lock for best foreign film. The best actor Adam Sandler thing, I haven't seen Uncut Gems, but I'm surprised that talk with Adam Sandler from the very beginning when the movie first started getting shown, they've been talking about Adam Sandler's performance. And look, he looks bananas good from the trailer. I haven't seen the movie, but that looks like it's pretty strong. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with Quentin Tarantino, if Martin Scorsese doesn't win the Academy Award, I think you're right. I think Quentin Tarantino is going to take that. The National Board of Review. People love this movie. I mean, to be honest, John, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is not top tier Tarantino for me.
I agree.
And I think I enjoy it, but it's kind of this meandering, indulgent movie. I could watch it for 4 hours, but I don't know if it's going to win. Kathy Bates, Richard Jewell. There's something about Clint Eastwood movies. I really like The Mule. Are they the best movies in the world?
Wasn't his best movie.
No, but I really enjoy watching it. I'm always absorbed because his movies are so about character, and he's a master. The dude is like I think he is actually 90 years old. Clint Eastwood's like 90 years old.
I think he might be 91 or 92.
I mean, it's unbelievable that he's directing films. And Richard Jewell looks to be great. I can't wait to see it. I love me some Kathy Bates. I'll watch Kathy Bates in pretty much anything she's in. I'm her number one fan. See what I did there?
Yes, I did.
I think that, like you, I was surprised Olivia Wilde. I haven't seen Queen and Slim yet, but I think when you have a movie like Queen and Slim or Booksmart, I think the actual movie itself, the subject matter is always going to be, it's always going to sway critics one way or another. And Queen and Slim is just a more important film, I think, than Booksmart, at least in terms of the culture now. But I think all these look pretty good. I mean, these are all very respectable, and I can see the Oscar race going in a very similar direction to these awards.
And by the way, a point of order: Clint Eastwood will turn 90 years old in about 3 or 4 months.
That's
when he turns
insanity.
And he's still rocking it. He's still rocking it. By the way, guys, side note: if you've never seen Mystic River. Well, actually, I mean, look, I think his best film is everybody in agreement? It's Unforgiven.
Oh,
that's as far as being a director and his directorial is that. But that the boxing movie that won all the awards,
$1 Million Baby.
$1 Million Baby. I just knew Baby something. $1 Million Baby, Mystic River. Like you get caught up on Clint Eastwood's directorial catalog if you have not. So some really interesting stuff there. Anyway, guys, question for you is, what do you think about the results of the National Board of Review? Do you think they're going to be really reflected in the Oscars? Do you think it's going to be a lot of differences? A lot of tight races in a lot of categories. The only one that I think is a big lock, like I said, is Parasite for Best Foreign Language Film. At any rate, what do you guys think? Jump down to the comment section below and leave us your thoughts. All right.